my name is Danny George, and today we are going to talk about corn snakes, which of course you already know seeing the title of this video. Now, you might be wondering, what does this corn snake have to do with the thumbnail and the title? Well, it's very simple. The babies we are going to talk about are hers. So naturally, I had to include her as well, because otherwise, it wouldn't be right, it wouldn't be fair. She needs to be here for this. Now, as you can see, she's a wild type corn snake, but what you can't see is that she actually carries the anerythristic gene, which is carried to her babies and eliminates the color red. Now, as you can see in this photo, the male I used for this pairing was a snow male, which of course has both the amelanistic gene and the anerythristic gene, which is why some of the babies are actually anerythristic. Now, I had other people comment on that because I'm colorblind, like for real, really colorblind, and I really can't tell between wild and an anery corn snake. Please don't laugh at me, it's sad. Anyway, and what I want to do is I want to show you how I house little baby corn snakes as soon as they hatched, and hopefully we will manage to feed them in the next video. By that I mean hopefully all of them will eat first try after they had their first shedding. Now, enough about that. Here they are. Look, it's your children. You interested? Yeah, I get you, it's cool. As you can see, we have here 7 little baby corn snakes. And 2 of them are anery. 5 of them are wild type like the mother, but all of them carry both the amelanistic gene and the anerythristic gene, which is really interesting. It's one of the reasons I like corn snakes so much, because you can breed all these types of crazy colors. I say while holding literally the most common types of corn snakes. Hey, don't judge me, I don't have that much money. Anyway, let's put the mother back and let's deal with these little babies. So what I have prepared here are the boxes, the water dishes, some dechlorinated water, and one of these, this is actually used to make alcohol here. We call it oală pentru țuică, but I'm using it to make substrate because I don't have the rest of the stuff to make alcohol. Anyway, and in it I have substrate, a lot of it, as you can, well, you can't see it and I'm not going to pick up the phone to show you, but you can trust me, it's a lot of it. Now, first thing we want to do is fit this with enough substrate for the snake to bury itself in. Now, some people use hides for this. They put a hide for the snake to hide in. I don't do that. My experience is that they, even if they have a hide, they like to bury in the substrate. So I like to give them this opportunity. Now, it's important that you do not press on it as much as you want to make it look good, because then it will be a bit harder for them to bury inside. First, put the substrate, and then you need to put the water dish in one of the corners. If they want to be cool, they can go in the water. Now let's add some water to the dish. Now, if you spill around on the substrate, that's actually a good thing, because it will be easier for the snakes to find the water by filling around the moist substrate. And now, the first of you to join the new world order, so to speak. Okay, you're a little brave, I like that. Look how small they are. You see this? Like, when people sell corn snakes, they're usually at about 2 or 3 months old, so people are used to seeing them like that. But look how small they are the days after hatching. Like, I've seen worms bigger than this, And that's why they're usually so scared, because they get eaten by birds, they even get eaten by big insects. Like, they don't have a chance, Anyway, this is your new crib. Enjoy, my friend. Well, we're not friends yet, I barely know it, but I'm sure you'll grow on it. And there we go. Thick substrate to burrow in, and a big water dish. It's important because they can dehydrate very easily at this age, and you really want to prevent that. Also, the first shed can sometimes be problematic, and that's why it's really good to have a lot of water so the snake can fit entirely in that water dish, cover himself in water. Now, I have freed some space for these babies, as you can see right here. There you go. Now, I'm going to do this 6 more times in the exact same manner. I don't think you want to see that, so we're just going to jump ahead. I have showed you how I keep them after they hatch. You can still see them behind me, they're good. However, there were 8 eggs originally, not 7. One of the babies was not viable, which means he isn't living anymore. Here he is. That's really sad, but this happens sometimes. Now, using this opportunity to make the best out of a bad situation, I'm going to introduce you to another one of my snakes. This is a California king snake, and I'm sure some of you already know where this is going. What are these king snakes most famous for? Well, they are Ophiophagus. They eat other snakes. It's good. And since this baby corn snake died as soon as he hatched, he didn't have the chance to contact any disease or parasites or anything, so it is safe for our little king snake friend to eat. Now, if you don't want to see a snake eating another snake, you're in the wrong place. Now, I'm going to set up the camera a bit differently to show you how this process will go rather than my face talking about nonsense again. Now, let's go. As you can see, he had absolutely no hesitation to attack the corn snake, even though it was dead, showing once again how adapted these snakes are to eating other snakes. Also, I don't know if you can tell, but the process is very different to how they swallow rodents. Much faster too. Which leads me to believe that this is a more natural diet for king snakes. Now, to all you North Americans out there who can see this basically in your own backyards, where these snake species are native, I have only one thing to say. I envy you so much. Can you imagine having these snakes that we consider here in Europe so exotic just hanging around in your yard? Come on, man, can you show us how you're eating? That's the stuff. Thank you very much for understanding. has a little face on the back of his head. That's really cute. I haven't noticed that before. Also, if you hear some weird mouse-like sounds in the background, like those really high-pitched sounds, it's actually my dog. Yeah, that big dog I showed you in the other video in the forest. He's a little bitch. He wants to come here and I'm not letting him because I'm filming. He's being a little shit, apologize. Well, looks like he's done eating, so I'm going to put him back in his box. So the king snake is done eating, and we are going to put him back in his box. Hopefully he's not still in feeding mode, so I won't get bitten. Come on, man. Like, don't be in feeding mode, please. That's what I thought. That was nice, right? Some real good food, as Gordon Ramsay would say. Come on, get in. Well, we're done here. Now, if you like this video, I was gonna say like and subscribe, but I'm not a fan of people who say that at the end of their videos. But yeah, if you like this video, stick around. Danny George out.